day. On behalf of Global Practices, we thank you, Singapore National Water Agency, for giving us the time to present our campaign about conserving water in Singapore. My name is Patricia Robles, and I represent Global Practices, where we implement tried and tested practices from our global partners in our country of interest. As of the moment, we would like to extend our services to Singapore with our proposed 5-year campaign that aims to improve target audience inclination towards conserving water, decrease overall water consumption, and lessen demand pressures from the growing population. As we know, Singapore is a melting pot of nationalities and peoples. Because of this, a lot of people from all over the world is looking towards Singapore to build a life for themselves or to spend a day or two in its well-known scenery and attractions. Due to this influx of people, the demand for basic needs increases as well, primarily the need for water. As seen in this graph of the influx of international visitor arrivals in Singapore, unfortunately, majority of the water in Singapore is outsourced from Malaysia, and this influx of people has hence put pressure on that demand. This is why industries such as New Water and the Marina Barrage, which is a desalination plant, was created in order to try to have a sense of independence when it comes to water consumption. This, however, puts more pressure on the Singapore residents themselves because after 17 years, the price of water has increased, as shown here in this figure of the current prices and the forecasted prices for the following years. So what then is our plan? We have designed a campaign that targets Singaporeans from preschool to working class that changes their perceptions of the water they consume, increasing their inclination towards saving water that ultimately leads to a behavioral change, which is water conservation. For this campaign, we have pinpointed our major influencers: the Ministry of Education, the Public Utility Board, Singapore Business Federation, and People's Association for Communities. Shown here is the fundamental diagram of our proposed intervention, wherein we increase the barriers and blocks that allow misuse of water, or reminding the target audience of the consequences of the continuation of the misuse of water, removing the inclinations to continue consuming water irresponsibly, promoting and adding incentives to conserve water on a daily basis, and finally, removing any barriers such as ignorance and insensitivity to prevent them from returning to using water in a less sustainable way. We at Global Practices have evaluation and assessment tools that are data dependent, which would be used as a monitoring method as well. We will use the goal-setting activities that we would implement in schools and communities as a data gathering tool in all target audience settings. For each 5 years of our campaign, we will be using the following allocations from the proposed $5 million budget, and the remaining will be used for the monitoring, data analysis, and reporting at the end of the 2-year monitoring period. This includes the teaching and the dissemination of information about water issues and conservation, introduction of community involvement activities, the incorporation of water conservation in communities, schools, and businesses, and enhancing water conservation practices, and the reiteration of these activities from years 1, 3, and 4, and the evaluation of the Year 2 activity on the 5th year. Again, my name is Patricia, and on behalf of Global Practices, we thank you for your time and your patience. Thank you.